Hey guys, how you doing? The Aussie Planeswalker here, and today for Friday Night Magic Fridays, I haven't done this in a while, done a video of this. I'm so sorry, I kind of run out of ideas, but I know a good idea for this, so by the time you'll probably know of this video I'm going to be reacting to on how to cheat in Magic the Gathering, 6 ways. Now, don't try this, and it says part 2, but it's supposed to be a part 2 of a shuffling thing, so anyway, the link to the original video will be in the description below, and yeah, shout out to, what's it called, the Value Hunter, I think? Yeah, the Value Hunter, so shout out to him, and like I said, I'll link the original video in the description below.
Hey guys, welcome to the second part of how to shuffle. This video will show you some of the most used and most deceived.
I've actually seen part 1 of this video, so I kind of saw this one, but I don't really remember it much. I haven't seen it in like 4 months or something. That's how long.
Deceitful cheating methods in Magic the Gathering. Cheaters are pathetic, that's for sure. So even if I'm gonna tell you some really easy and nasty ways to cheat, please don't use them. If you ever get caught cheating, the Magic community will never forget and probably never forgive. You will be hated at your local game store and nobody will play with you again. This video is intended to protect you from being scammed. You won't believe how easy it is to cheat at Magic the Gathering. Even if you think you have never been tricked, it's probably the other way around. So let's take a closer look on some of the most famous ways to cheat. The first way to cheat I'm going to tell you is called the false cut. The false cut is mainly used by professional card magicians. The false cut follows some easy but really effective patterns. You pretend to randomize your deck by shuffling it, but you actually...
Okay, this kind of, this kind of shuffling actually looks pretty cool. Like, I can't even do that, just like, I'll try, but... or something like that. I don't know how to do it.
Actually, don't change the order of your cards. There are hundreds of different shuffling methods which will resolve in a false cut. Some are quite obvious and some are really sneaky. I will show you one of the most insidious false cuts. This false cut looks like a normal riffle shuffle. But if we look a little bit closer, you can see that the cards won't get randomized. I will not explain this shuffle in detail, but if you practice this a lot, your opponent will not be able to tell whether you randomize your deck or not. Nevertheless, I give the false cut cheating method 2 out of 5 cheese points, because it is really easy to handle this cheat. Just grab your opponent's deck and shuffle it, so it doesn't matter that he doesn't randomize his deck. Let's come to another way of cheating.
But that doesn't still mean you shouldn't do it. Like, don't try these if you get caught, like you said, like, they probably won't forgive you.
This cheat is called the double nickel. This cheat is probably the most easy cheat I'm gonna show you. First of all, you have to divide your land cards from the spells in your deck. After that, you put the 2 stacks together and start pile shuffling. It's important that you use an amount of piles that is a multiple of your total amount of cards in your library. So let's say you have 60 cards in your deck, so you could use 5 piles, or 6 piles, or 10 piles. If you're done, just put the cards back together. You don't have to put the piles back in a specific order. Repeat the pile shuffle one more time and the outcome is kind of ridiculous. In addition, it doesn't matter whether your opponent cuts your deck, the outcome will be the same. The cards are actually not random. You will draw a land card every second to third card, which will give you a perfect mana ramp. I give the double nickel 2 out of 5 cheese points. Like the full...
Okay, that actually is a pretty good way, but... That actually is a pretty good way. I don't think I should try it. It will take a while to sort out the land anyway, so yeah, I won't try this. You could probably get away with it if your opponent knows no idea about your deck, then that's fine.
False cut, you can easily protect yourself from this cheat by just shuffling your opponent's deck. So far, please remember one thing. Whatever happens, never ever just cut your opponent's deck. Grab it and shuffle it several times, just to be sure. Let's move on to another cheat. I call this cheat the scry cheat. Imagine you're in the middle of a match and you say go and your opponent will draw a card. But instead of drawing a card, he will draw 2 cards. Then he will say something like sorry and put one of them back on the library. There might be people doing that by mistake, but that's also the nasty thing about that cheat. You can't tell.
I've actually done that a few times, and I literally do it on accident. Sometimes I put it on the bottom of the deck, sometimes I just leave it there. The opponent just doesn't care.
Tell whether your opponent is doing that on purpose or not. And it's not like he just sees the second card from the top. It is really easy to change the order of these 2 cards and you wouldn't recognize it. So imagine your opponent is behind and need a specific card. Then he scries 2, he's doing it really quick, and he noticed the second card from the top is exactly the card he needs. So what he's doing is simply put the second card in his hand and the first back on the top. I give this cheat 3 out of 5 cheese points because it is really hard.
You could yeah, that could be a sneaky way, because you could. I usually, when I do it on accident, I just like put the top of card and put the other one back or on the bottom. But I wouldn't really take the second card because the opponent might know as I'm doing it, and I only do it a few times by little accident. I'm just shuffling my deck for no reason.
Hard to tell whether your opponent really cheats on you. In addition, this is unbelievable brash to cheat right in front of your eyes in that obvious way. So if you ever see someone doing that, call the judge. And if he keeps doing that mistake, you're probably dealing with a fucking cheater. Now we come to the really ridiculous cheat that actually happened, and I'm dead serious right now. I'm not kidding. The following cheat actually happened on a Grand Prix in 2001 and was done by a pro gamer. And it wasn't the first time he did that, it was actually the first time he got caught. I call this cheat the distraction cut. Imagine you're behind and there's nothing which could make you win the game. So this pro gamer took his deck and shuffled it. He just grabbed it and shuffled it. There was no card allowing him to do this. After finishing the shuffle, he handed the deck back to his opponent to cut it. And due to confusion, or just because it's normal to cut the deck of your opponent, he grabbed the deck.
Okay, how was that person not caught if that actually happened in a Grand Prix? I mean, maybe if the opponent was like a little distracted and there was no judge, or the judge was also distracted. But you know, if it went into the discard, pile, like they can pick it up and see through it. So how did he get away from that? Don't know.
And in the very moment when the opponent of the pro gamer cuts the deck, he called the judge because his opponent committed an illegal action and he wants to get him disqualified.
Wait, did he actually get disqualified? Huh. Might have.
Well, and somehow he is right. If your opponent grabs your deck and cuts it, that's an illegal action. I give the distraction card 4 out of 5 cheese points. I don't give it 5 cheese points because it's just too easy to avoid. Just call the judge by yourself and you will have an easy win. But nevertheless, using this kind of cheating, you have to be really sad, lonely, well, and a pathetic piece of shit. Alright, the following cheats are hilarious because they were committed on tape. It's not just these players are idiots because...
Okay, this next one, like in that red one, I've actually seen this one. This one I don't really remember too much of, but, you know, let's see.
Because they cheat on camp, the way they are cheating also shows they practice it a lot. This is a coverage between Trevor Humphreys and Elliot Wolczewski. Wolczewski will fetch in turn 2 to find himself a land. So far everything is fine, but when he hands the deck to his opponent, the cheat begins. Watch closely. Humphreys kind of rotate the deck to get a glimpse on the card on the bottom. I will slow down things so you will get a better look. You might say, well, that wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, how he did it, it was just like rotating the deck and like saw the card. And then he started shuffling and...
But that's not all. After he checked out the bottom card, he now will bring it to the top of Wolczewski's.
So did you see that? What happened? He like shuffled and he got the bottom card to go on the top somehow, like through that.
deck, knowing that he won't have the mana to cast it. The card might be a Siege Runner, but I can't tell for sure. Just watch closely as he moves the card to the top of...
And he puts it back, and it doesn't get cut, so then it goes to his turn, then it's that guy's turn, Elliot's turn, and he picks it up and can't cast any mana, and that's not all.
Volchevsky's deck. He starts shuffling, but actually he's doing a false cut. The card on the top will never change. Now he pretends to move his head on the left, and in this moment he takes another glance at the bottom card, which is another spell his opponent cannot cast. So what is he doing? He moves the card to the top and again doing a false cut. In this case, Humphrey successfully gets his opponent screwed. And you know what? That wasn't the first time he's doing that. Humphreys brings the cheat to perfection. He stacks lands or spells so his opponent can't do anything. I call this cheat the stacked deck, and I give this cheat 5 out of 5 cheese points, because he obviously practiced the shuffling, the spotting, and the whole cheating process. Let it look this smoothly. And you know what is really sad? People like Humphreys are still allowed to play competitive Magic. What's wrong, Wizards? What's wrong? Let's move to the last cheat I want to show.
Okay, so I get the cheat, but how is he not disqualified or anything? He's still allowed to play Magic. Oh well. I wouldn't do any of this stuff because I don't want to be banned from Magic. I love Magic.
The cheater I'm going to show you is probably the most hated and most famous cheater in Magic the Gathering. Alex Bertonicki, and I don't give a shit whether I pronounce this name correct, is an even worse cheater than the Save Martha plot twist in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Let's take a closer look at 2 of his matches. In this match he commits a well-known cheat. The classic Coke, the additional land drop. Just check out this shit.
What turn is it?
Yep.
Turn 3 though? It's turn 3.
My turn.
This is your turn 3, you have 6 lands, 5 lands off of 2 explore. You should have 5 lands off of 2 explore. I think you played an extra land.
No, he's good.
You sure?
That's exactly how I would feel if I was that cameraman. So, yeah, how is he not caught? Unless if he got like this thing to help him search land and put it on the battlefield. But, what?
Seriously, he got caught, but his opponent seems to be cool or thought he got obviously scammed. Guys, if you ever get cheated, call the fucking judge. Don't be shy. You will do the whole community a big favor by kicking this kind of Magic players out of competitive Magic events. Here comes another video of Alex. He plays a Kira. The effect of Kira says, creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability for the first time in a turn, counter that spell or ability. Alright, now watch what Alex is doing. His opponent targets Kira with a chase to bounce it, so the ability is countered. Everything's fine so far. After that he uses the Cursed Scroll to deal 2 damage to Kira. And now look what happens. He fucking put the Kira back to his hand.
Okay, yeah, I kind of see that, how he put it in his hand. Okay, how is he not caught?
And are you freaking kidding me? And that's not all. He's not just put Kira back and waiting some turn to play her again. No, he plays Kira again in the very next turn. Some people might say, well, that was a mistake, maybe he thought Kira's bounced from Jace or something like that. Well, if you are a pro gamer and you are known for cheating several times, you fucking don't do that kind of mistakes. In addition, watch how he behaves after putting Kira back to his hand. He shuffles his hand cards very quickly to hide or at least to blur his cheat. This guy is really pathetic. Let me show another picture of him. These are just a few examples where Alex get caught cheating.
I actually saw that I saw that in like a thumbnail of a video.
Alex Bertonicki. I give you 6 out of 5 piece of cheese fucking points.
Okay, sorry about the cursing here. I did not expect for that. But that's basically the video, guys. A lot of these, don't try them at Magic Gathering tournaments. Don't. Because if it's just like a Friday Night Magic and there's no judges, and if you don't get caught by your opponent, you don't get disqualified fully, but still don't do it. If it's in like an official, like a big event, do not do it at all. Because there are judges there. I know this dude do it, but I don't even know if the judge noticed or the opponent. And that guy won for that thing. See that photo? Anyway, guys, that's basically it for this video. And yeah, and you might see 2 videos on Sunday. One about my vlog of the tournament, and one on the unboxing, I think. Or nah, I think that will come. Oh, we'll see. So yeah, guys, I'll see you on Sunday. And remember to like, comment, subscribe. Now I'm gone.